All right, good evening, everyone. I am Misty, and this is Dinner on a Dime. And today I am going to walk you through how I make my homemade taco seasoning. So you've seen me use this in a couple of videos. I'm able to take 3 tablespoons of this mix and replace taco seasoning packets with it. So I have all of the spices already here because I bought a bunch of them when I made this the first time. And so I made this back when I had the old channel, but I never posted it. So you guys are seeing it fresh. But we're gonna go through, I'm going to double each thing on my list. So as I go through, I'm gonna double it. I will give you the recipe at the end. I will tell you exactly, like if you just wanted to do the recipe times 1, what would you need? Because I don't wanna get my jar too full in case I run out of ingredients. I don't wanna put a whole bunch of chili powder in and then realize that I don't have enough of the other things in order to make, you know, as much taco seasoning as I would like to. So we're gonna just start by doubling, and then we may end up making more. We'll kind of go see how it goes. All right, so go ahead and dump that in there. It's close enough. We need 1 more. So we're gonna start with 6 tablespoons of chili powder. So if you're keeping score, don't worry, I'll tell you at the end if you don't remember. Sorry, that is 6 tablespoons. That's how much you need for 1 batch of this. I am doubling it, so we need 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. All right, so that is the biggest ingredient we're going to use, okay? It takes a lot of chili powder to make homemade taco seasoning. So 6 tablespoons is how much I do for 1 batch. Again, I am doubling this recipe, and so that is why it's got 12 tablespoons. That is also the only thing that is going to be measured with a tablespoon, okay? Everything else is going to be measured with a teaspoon. So the next thing we're going to need is our cumin. You can see, like, I've had these seasonings for a while because you can't even read some of the labels anymore, but they're in bags, and I just make sure they're sealed with as much air out of them as possible. And trust me, if you were here, they smell perfectly fine. So it's 4 teaspoons of cumin per batch. Okay, so I'm making 2 batches. I'm going to need 8 of these. So there is 4, 5, 6, 7, and come on, there we go, 8 teaspoons of cumin. Okay, that's all you're gonna need of that one. Then you're going to go to your paprika. Again, you can see these all came from Central Market. I did go over this in a video before, that going to Central Market is great to get spices in bulk to make different mixes with, because the price is a lot more efficient there. And so I went to Central Market the other day, but I didn't buy any spices because I'm on a no spend month. But it was hard not to, because I knew I was getting close to running out of chili powder. I was like, man, I sure would like to pick up some while I'm here. All right, 3 teaspoons of paprika. 1, 2, 3. And again, I'm doubling, so 4, 5, and 6. And you may also notice and say, but you're not cleaning that spoon between each one of these. Correct, because this is just going to continue to get used until it's out, and it's only used for the taco seasoning mix. I don't use any of this as like my standard cumin or paprika for cooking. This is only used for the taco seasoning purpose. All right, next up, garlic powder. So you would need 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Mine doesn't want to open. So I'm going to need 4 because, again, doubling, right? The last time I did all of these mixes, I forgot so many times how many spoons of something I'd put in. So I seriously doubt that I got it 100% right last time because, yeah, my brain, kind of ADHD a little bit. It's hard to remember things sometimes. Okay, next up we have our onion powder. Again, same as our garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of our onion powder. And also, just so you know, the only reason I know what goes in this is because I wrote it down and I keep it in a journal book with some of my favorite recipes because I would not remember between times how much of anything I used if I didn't write it down. All right, next up, black pepper. That's the only one I didn't grab, sorry. It's right over here behind me. All right, black pepper. We are gonna need 2 teaspoons of black pepper as well. This one I will pour into the spoon instead of putting it in there because I don't wanna get it contaminated. It is only 1 teaspoon if you were doing a single batch. So since I'm doubling, I am using 2 teaspoons. As close as I can get it there. There we go. 2 teaspoons. And then for our cayenne pepper, we only need 1/8 of a teaspoon. So we need 2/8, which for you math whizzes out there breaks down to what in fractions? 1/4, I believe. I wasn't the math whiz, but I think it's 1/4. And so I'm just gonna put in a little dash of cayenne pepper. My cayenne pepper is 40,000 heat units. I don't know what yours is. I honestly didn't know there were different heat units until I went to Central Market, and then I was like, isn't that something? There's a whole variety of heat units out there. All right, I am just going to kind of tap on my funnel here, try to get as much of that off as I can. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and toss these in the sink behind you. And then I'm going to pour this all. Look, it's so pretty when it's layered. I love it when it's all layered and you can see all the different ingredients in it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pour it in to our big jar. Now, I didn't have to mix it in the small jar. I could have mixed it in the big one. I just wanted you to kind of see the process, and I didn't want you to have to see it in a jar that already had some in it. Some people are like that. They like to see the fresh process. That's why I use that one. Okay, so then all I'm gonna do, fancy way of mixing it up, is I just shake it and shake it and shake it, and that's all I do. I don't get out any sort of special tool to do it with. I just shake it around until it is mixed as I'm going to get it, right? All right. That, I guarantee you, is as mixed as it was last time. So I just have the lid labeled taco seasoning. I keep the container labeled 3 tablespoons, and there you go, homemade taco seasoning. So now I don't have to continue to buy packets at the store. And again, being a good steward of my resources and making sure I'm using this stuff up that I bought for a video on the old channel, which means this stuff's been around a while. In fact, it has a packed on date, packed on 11/14/23. And these are all perfectly good to this day. Spices, I'm not worried about them going bad. As long as they still taste good, we're gonna eat them. So I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed learning how to make your own taco seasoning at home. And before I forget, let me go over the recipe as a whole one time for you guys. 6 tablespoons chili powder, 4 teaspoons cumin, 3 teaspoons paprika, 2 teaspoons garlic powder, 2 teaspoons onion powder, 1 teaspoon black pepper, and then 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And there you go, homemade taco seasoning on the cheap. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And sorry, my head's cut off. See you then, bye.